Okay, hi guys. Hope you can see it okay, hope the light's okay and everything. Doing this little video just really to, I don't want to patronise you or anything, so if it's stuff you already know, I'm sorry about that, but I said I'd share a bit of info with you, what we're after, what I see are the problems with some of the skates, and what I need to try and get, and it might help you guys as well. First of all, kind of show you, this was with no British manufacturers anymore. This was a British thing. It's aluminium, like a piece of engineering. They weren't that fabulous, but they were okay. But anyway, they've gone out of business now. And as you can see, the way it's designed to pivot on the pivot pin, posh skates, non-posh skates, dearer skates have an adjustable pivot pin there, and rubbers here, and the whole idea, we get up there so we can move this back and forth. The whole idea is, you see that moving, pivoting, maybe you can see it. Okay, so that when you go around the corner, let's get one, here's another one. Instead of saying go straight at the camera, instead of coming straight at you, you lean on one side and it kind of goes around the bend, it goes around the curve. Okay, and again, first one, you see just pushing the wheels one side through the make pivots on the pivot pin with the rubber things, rubbers. Okay. So I need them to go around corners. This is traditionally what you get in a cheap skate off the internet or from Argos or Toys R Us or wherever. It's kind of solid plastic. I do know why they do them actually, and it's because they're making plastic chassis, and the plastic chassis are not up to the job of allowing the rubber to bend so the whole thing bends. So they need to try and consolidate the whole thing by using solid rubber and just bolting everything down. Looks good on the internet, but and it may be okay for people who just want to sort of skate down the street. But any indoor skating, there's a lot of indoor skating going on now. They need to start going around corners. Here's a rubber one. I can squish that, if you can see that. Obviously makes a different noise for that one. Okay, so that's rubber cushions. And I notice obviously in these freesport ones, they have the rubber cushions, and so you get an action. It's called an action. When it moves side to side. Doesn't want to be too loose, doesn't want to be too tight. That's called the action. And that determines how well it will go around the corner, and adjustable for different sizes, different weights of people. So if I just show you my skates, ignore the muck because I use them every day, but these are, I forget the name, roll line variants. These are Italian skates. The chassis is Italian, the wheels are Italian, and this is what all the top people wear these days for competitions. That's not the dearest one. It's just the cheapest one in their range. The boot is an old Galati boot. There's nothing special about the boot. I probably won't be able to move these because I'm a lot heavier. Oh, I can. Okay. So everything's adjustable. So that's the ultimate. Ish. That's the ultimate. The other thing, toe stoppers, I suppose, toe stoppers. So that won't move. Press that down. That's sort of some kind of rubber formula. Again, roll line, everything roll line, Italian things. Here's a one from Slider. Is it Slider? Whatever they're called. Again, that won't move, and that's got rubber. It's got an aluminium frame, and it's got rubber action, rubber cushions, and a rubber stopper. That's the other thing. So if I go to these, which are, you know, great, but they can be improved. Pressing it down and it's just scraping along my glass table. It is one of the earlier ones that we still use. The only thing is they start losing the hooks there. But these are several years old now. They've been used loads and loads of times, still in one piece. You know, they're still good to go. Freesport written on the side of them. And press that down, it doesn't move. Okay, so that's kind of important for indoor skating, because, you know, they need to put they use it as a toe stopper. If they're going backwards, they put the toe stopper down. You just can't see it. If they're going backwards, they put the toe stopper down. If they were a bit more advanced and they were trying to jump going forwards, they would jump off of that. Yeah. So that needs to be some kind of rubber material. And going on to bearings, these are really old, they've never been changed, but these were precision bearings, which are 608 bearings they're called. I don't know what, precision bearings come in ABEC ratings from 1 to 9, 1 being the cheapest and 9 being the dearest usually, and the number is just relative to the precision of them as a machine bearing. Obviously 9 was very high precision, tolerances, etc. More efficient. 1 is still okay, you know, they're still cheap enough ones. But what we're getting now, and you may not have even noticed, and again, if you look at these, yeah, try and wiggle the wheel. There's no wiggle there at all. There's no, you know, they're a good fit. It's not because they've been tightened right down, because they're not. It's just that they're a good fit on the axle. On the newer ones that we're getting, you hear that? You hear that rattle? Definitely rattling. Okay, they all rattle. Because they don't quite fit on the axle. I'm going to rip one off and show you. Here's one. Here's one we did earlier. So jiggles about, doesn't sort of quite fit the axle. It's about 1/2 mil off. What have we got here? It might be 7 mil bearings. Bear with me. Oh no, they're 8 mil bearings. So this is an 8 mil precision bearing. Hardly moves. Where's the camera? Hardly moves at all. It does move a little bit, to be honest. And it may be actually that those, I think that's what it is. It's the axles that are really bad. Let's try them one of these. I don't think this one's ever been off in about 5 years. Well, still a bit of play in the axle. Okay, there's that one back there. Yeah, this is what happens. You get loads and loads of hair. Still starting, but they don't work. So. Anyway, these are a much better fit, these precision bearings, and they're not just a better fit. What happens is, before long, with these other types of bearings, what are coming in the latest batch, they're like a pressed steel. Let's do this. Like a pressed steel, and they quite quickly disintegrate, come apart, and just fall apart. Loads of ball bearings fall over the floor, causes a problem for everybody, including the person who didn't realise their skates were just about to break. But usually we've got to get everyone sat down on the floor to check which one it is that's come apart, and then we've got to get them all going around looking for ball bearings. We've got to try and sort out the person whose skate fell apart, and usually we end up putting a precision bearing in. I don't know how much you could get them for. They probably, I don't know, I can get them for about 50p each, but I'm sure in China they're a lot cheaper. And as I say, they did used to come with precision bearings in, stopper, rubber, cushions, and a boot that doesn't fall apart. I'm not saying your boot's going to fall apart, but we've had issues with the Bloom boots. We've had one that's really bad. I'm going to put the pictures up. It wasn't bought through me. It was bought off the internet privately by somebody else. But I've noticed we've supplied quite a few of these to other people, and I've had a quick look without letting them see I'm looking, and I can see that one or two of them are beginning to come away. The boot coming away. So you're getting quite harsh with the material here compared to what they used to be. So you can only just hear the difference. But it's slightly across it. Really slides across that one, bit of resistance there, which is good. So, you know, I much prefer what we were used to doing. Okay, we're back. I did mention one. I mean, I'm not hankering for another bearing. I've got boxes of those cheap pressed steel bearings that I've taken out of other skates. But just to show you, the one, I know I've sent you photos of it before, that's the bearing that came in one of the last batches of skates. And we've obviously hit it with a hammer. Okay, so as I said, these pressed steel bearings fall to bits after a while. Steel bearings. Precision bearings, there's a pack in China, X7. Don't fall apart. Here's one that's come from one of those wheels that are ages old. It's been trapped with my bearing press, which is what they should have used when we put that bearing together, those bearings into those wheels. It looks like it wouldn't go in so we bashed it with a hammer or something. That's how we destroyed it. There you go, so that's the bearing now. Obviously you get that's precision bearing. Precision bearing, I don't know what exactly it is. Not sure. It's 608 The 8 was for the diameter, 8mm bearing, 8mm diameter bearings. All budget price skates, should we say leisure skates, are 8mm bearings, 8mm axles. Higher end, higher end roll hockey street skates, artistic skates, they all tend to be 7mm bearings, 7mm axles. Anyway, so that's bearings. Moving on to the potential of these very large skates, not that one, to break. Of course, you can see that that's what I made. I made that. It was this camera being the wrong way around. That would be called a jump bar. Okay, and that's obviously to stop the whole chassis flexing when there's, you know, a 15-stone guy on these skates, things like size 11 up 4 or something. Here's one that we bought a while ago, earlier, and they broke, as they probably all do, big skates like that, because the chassis is not really man enough. You know, the chassis on one of those is kind of the same thickness as the chassis on one of these. What we did was, if you can see the brake, let's have a look. You see the brake here, brake broke. So we fastened it to an aluminium plate, and then we put jump bar in to stop it from happening again. So just a sec, I'll show you what I can use. This is some metal that I got. I don't know what it is, what size it is, but EQ, couple of rolls, bent the ends to match the angle of the chassis, and fastened it on with the you know, with the kingpin and all the bushes and everything, and that sort of solves that. So big ones, I would suggest, you know, if you don't want any more comebacks, asking them to put a jump bar across. Now, okay, so those are some of the issues, and hopefully the photo. Right now I just want to sort of give you a quick overview of what there is on the market in terms of money. So that kind of thing costs you £50 for wheels, about £20 for bearings, £120 for the chassis, and £100 minimum for the boot itself. So a lot of money there. I don't know what that works out to, about 300 quid, let's say. Okay, 300 quid. 40 quid. Okay, 40 quid ish. Whatever they are, 40 odd quid on the internet, aren't they? Okay, and there's really nothing in the middle. There's nothing in there, from 300 quid to 40 quid. So I know what we're trying to achieve is probably almost impossible, because we want to teach people to skate on something that is basically a toy. There is a gap in the market. My friend, who unfortunately died last year, tried to, you know, he was mad about skating, and he tried to, whenever people wanted skates, they couldn't afford £300, but they didn't want to pay £40 for something that was going to break or not do the job. He'd put things together for them, so here's an example. Okay. A nice skating boot with a decent quality. And that was originally from just, you know, disco kind of skate. Probably from the day that we used a bit more aluminium. Rubber toe stopper, decent wheels. In fact, they were just cheap wheels as well, and he's turned them down. Decent action on them. And that would be, he would call that a sort of intermediate skate. Now, that's not available on the market. You know, that should be maybe £70, £80, because it does the job. There were some SFR ones, I've got somebody in the band, that were pretty good. Everybody used to say, oh, these are really smooth, I want to buy them. They stopped making them, probably because they were too expensive for them to make, I don't know. There we have it. So I'm looking for something. I mean, these are fine. These are fine, except The wheels are a bit hard. The toe stopper is too hard. That's good. The rubbers are good. And if it was bigger sizes, you need to jump back. Not say bigger sizes, over about size. I say all adult sizes, 6 and above, you need to jump back. Otherwise, the chassis will snap. Boots not bad, you know. So there we have it. And bearings mega important. That covers it. Yeah. Okay. Hope it's been useful to you.